Okay, and we are now live on YouTube.
Okay, let's call to order the Node.js Foundation board meeting for Friday, February 22nd, 2019. This is Todd Moore.
Great. It is 2:33 p.m. Eastern Time. Welcome, everybody. Just a couple of bits of business up front. On the screen right now is the current board directory, as well as a list of the officers and Linux Foundation staff. Our upcoming meeting schedule for 2019 is on the screen as well. We will be meeting on March 11th at a different time. The board will be meeting face-to-face at the Open Source Leadership Summit. Otherwise, we're generally meeting on Fridays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 11 a.m. Pacific. On the agenda for today's meeting will be a bit abbreviated because we ran over a bit long in the private session. We will have a very quick discussion here on the current status of Bootstrap. We will also discuss the TSC update, the ComCom update, and then a marketing review. The first item on the agenda today is to approve the board meeting minutes from January 2019. Do we have a motion from the board to approve the minutes?
Yeah, motion to approve the minutes as attached.
Great. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right.
Second.
Thank you very much, Steve. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Do we have any opposed? Do we have any abstains? Hearing none, the motion carries. Okay, so first let's do a TSC update. Miles, could you also give us an update on the Bootstrap progress and what we've managed to accomplish so far?
Yeah, sure. From the TSC standpoint, there's not a ton to talk about. Things are moving forward as per usual. We launched Node.js.dev this week, which was, very successful. It's a great landing page as part of the overall .dev TLD initiative through Google. From the Bootstrap perspective, we've been holding weekly meetings, and this last week's meeting, we ended early for the first time because we mostly have consensus around the majority of the complex topics that we're trying to wrap our heads around. We have consensus around how we're going to do community board representation, the basic shape of the CPC drafted charter, the CPC being the Cross Project Council, which will be the top governance group in the new foundation. The community side, we've got a project progression proposal all about how projects that are in the foundation can move between different stages and what those stages mean. We've also got a draft on a individual membership program, as well as expectations from the community for the board and the foundation as a whole. The project progression is currently in phase 2, which means it's ready for board approval. The remainder of those proposals that I mentioned are all are ready to go to stage 2 on Monday in the next meeting, and we're beginning to present them to the board. The board has also gone ahead and drafted a first iteration on bylaws that are just going through early review right now, and they'll be available in a reasonable, timely fashion to everyone to see. I don't think that I missed anything. Brian, can you think of anything I maybe missed there?
I think that pretty much covers it, Miles.
Okay, so there's some technical stuff around modules and whatnot that we could talk about, but I think, we have other weekly meetings. People can tune in for those.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Board, any questions for Miles on his update? Okay, great. Thank you very much, Miles. Tracy, can you tell us about what's happening on ComCom?
Yeah, so sort of a similar name to the game as our TSC update, which is that a lot of the efforts of the community committee members right now is around the combined work and collaboration in the Bootstrap repo. So as Miles said, it was exciting for us to get Node.js.dev out. I think that was an awesome and very quick work collaboration of a number of people in the project. So that was really exciting. And then also with the individual member program. So a lot of people are aware that Node has had an individual membership program for a number of years now. And as we've been talking about this in the Bootstrap repo, we're getting towards stage 3 in that work, which is exciting because we're taking the lessons learned from the individual membership programming class in the Node project and looking to see how that can be expanded to benefit everyone in the umbrella projects of the potential new foundation. So please look forward to execution planning that's going to be happening in the Bootstrap repo as we get to move forward with exploring things like the charter and what value we can really be providing to our members moving forward. And that's it.
Great. Thank you, Tracy. Board, do we have any questions for Tracy?
None at this time.
Great. Okay. Next up, we have a marketing update from Sarah Conway at the Linux Foundation. Sarah, would you like to tell us what's going on? Oh, sorry. Sarah appears to be muted. Let's bring her in. Okay. Sarah, you're a panelist now.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Very good. I know we don't have a ton of time, but I will go through a few of the highlights and hopefully leave a little time for questions. If we want to skip to the next slide, please. What we're going to talk about today is that we did develop a Q1 marketing plan to take the Node Foundation through about mid to end of March. Recognizing that the merger is really going to be front and center and our main focus for March, so that following the completion of the unification of those two foundations, we will have a new marketing plan that will have to take into consideration the objectives and goals and what we want to pursue for tactics that would be representative for the new foundation's mission. So if we want to move ahead, that meant that we are keeping much a status quo type of approach for Q1, and many of the things here are very much underway since we are nearing the end of February. Continuing to focus on new content that we push out through Medium. We will have to revise and sort of rethink the user survey that we've been doing every year, again, in light of the pending merger, and then the field guides continue. Community outreach in terms of a website design and ways to integrate the web work that the project's doing with some of the foundation website has been a focus in terms of our outreach. And then there's the certification program, which Brian mentioned earlier is a huge focus for us in the near term. And then the Collaborator Summit and coordination. With engagement, we have the merged foundation is going to be our focus, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few slides, and continue with the ambassador program. We want to move ahead. I'm going to go quickly through this, but you can drill into more specifics on the content and always follow up later if you'd like to ask questions, but this drills into our specific case studies, the enterprise conversations, and more blog content. So if we move ahead, again, we can flip through this. This is just that we will be rethinking the annual survey. Field guides, we can go ahead, keep moving forward. And then I think one note, I will pause here a little bit just to say that we are already very much into the rollout and merger plan from a marketing and PR standpoint, and there's work that's already begun there. Some of it, of course, Brian alluded to with just new name and a logo potential being rolled out, but there's also press release, lightweight website copy that we're putting together, FAQs for press and analyst meetings, promotion on site at Open Source Leadership Summit, et cetera. So that we have a very detailed plan to bring all of that together in time for March 12th. Continue going. No, you can continue going, Brian. Thank you. I know we're getting close on time here. This is just some of our standard updates that we share each month in terms of how the run rate program items are performing. And here's the newsletter. And you can continue moving forward. Field guide's still underway and hoping to get the next one published in March. And if you go ahead, the Node Certified Developer Program, probably once OSLS wraps up, and given that everything's moving smoothly and progressing as planned, this will definitely have its own detailed marketing and comms plan that we'll be developing probably around the April timeframe. And then on the PR comms front, some of the new content's performing well. And we have also some great growth around these initiatives with new blog content. And we also have continued growth on the social media front, which is a strong channel for the Node project, if you flip ahead. And this is also an ongoing opportunity that we can pursue to contribute content to this technical magazine, which we've done in the past, and it had very good traction and good readership. So anyone that is interested can always reach out to us. We've also pushed this through our marketing committee and the ComCom. And so this is just wanted to make the community and everyone aware of this opportunity. And as I said, the social traction continues to trend upward and gain new followers and good interaction. So if anyone has any questions, I know I had to sort of speed through that with our crunch time frame. I'm always happy to take questions here or follow, afterward by email.
Board, do we have any questions for Sarah?
No, that was very good, Sarah. So I guess in terms of, you showed how followers are increasing. I think it says here we're up 4%. That's month to month?
Yep, we do track this month to month, yes.
Okay, very good. That's great.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Sarah, is there anything else that you'd like to discuss here?
No, I think, our next couple of weeks are going to be very focused on the merger and all of the, external communication that we'll be putting out. And that will definitely be run by a lot of people on this call, and we look forward to getting the good news out there.
Okay, sounds great. Okay, great. Board, that concludes really the end of our regular agenda here. I'm just looking to see if we have any questions or comments on the YouTube channel, and I am not seeing anything. Okay, great. Is there any remaining business that we would like to cover on this call? Hearing none, I believe we can.
Yeah, thank you, Brian, and thank you to Mike and the staff, and of course all the board members for joining and helping us move along on everything that we've had to accomplish here in the last few weeks. So given that we have no other questions, I'll call the meeting adjourned for this day, February 22nd.
Great. Thank you very much, Todd. And thank you very much, everybody else. We will stop the share.
Great. Thanks.
I apologize, everybody. The share is still going. Give me a moment here to finish this.